Ukraine has become the focus of geopolitical attention in recent weeks as a Russian troop buildup along its borders and a list of demands from the Kremlin have prompted threats of sanctions by the West and military deployment by NATO allies. As attempts to defuse the crisis diplomatically continue, world leaders have embarked on a flurry of international visits in recent days to try to resolve the standoff. In this video, we are going to assess the military strength of Russia and Ukraine. Before continue, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date with our latest videos. Let's begin. Russia and Ukraine are the two largest countries in Europe. These neighbors belong to the 15 Soviet republics that made up the USSR. Following the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, Ukraine became an independent country and distanced itself from Russia. In March 2014, after months of anti-government protests in Ukraine, Russia invaded and occupied the Crimea. A month later, pro-Russian separatists began capturing territory from the Donetsk and Luhansk regions of eastern Ukraine. Ukraine reports that more than 14,000 people have been killed in the ongoing fighting and millions have been displaced. There are now an estimated 100,000 troops stationed along the Ukraine border, with an estimated 20,000 troops stationed near Donetsk and Luhansk provinces. In addition, military drills between Russian and Belarusian troops are expected to begin in the coming weeks as part of Allied resolve exercises. Russia has already sent military forces and 2 battalions of S-400 surface-to-air missiles to Belarus. Diplomatic talks have reached a stalemate. If diplomacy fails to ease the current impasse, Western powers fear that Russia could invade Ukraine at any time. According to analysis by the Center for Strategic Studies, Russia may advance via 3 possible routes depending on the Kremlin's aims. Northern route. Russian forces could make advances towards Kiev from the north, and if Belarus is amenable to the use of its road and rail systems, Russian troops could proceed into Ukraine from Meza, Belarus. Central route. Russia can also send troops from the Donetsk Republic towards Zaporizhia and Dnipro to expand its boundaries westwards. Southern route. If Russia seeks to secure freshwater supply for Crimea and block Ukraine's access to the sea, it could make an advance from the south towards Kherson, while armed forces advance towards Melitopol to meet with troops along the coast of the Sea of Azov. Russia may wish to create a land bridge to Crimea, which would involve seizing the port of Mariupol. Putin and NATO's eastward expansion. NATO is the world's most powerful military alliance, comprising 30 members and a budget of 1.56 billion euros. Founded in 1949, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization was initially created to curb Soviet expansion. Russia opposes NATO bases near its borders and has asked for written guarantees that NATO will not expand eastwards. One of the Kremlin's central demands is that Ukraine never be allowed to join NATO. Ukraine has expressed interest in joining NATO, and in September 2020, Zelensky approved a security strategy which laid foundations for a partnership with NATO with the ambition of membership. Military head-to-head. Russia has one of the most powerful militaries in the world. It ranks in the top 5 nations which spend the most on their military. In 2020, Russia spent $61.7 billion on its military, which accounted for 11.4% of government spending. In comparison, Ukraine spent $5.9 billion on its military, or 8.8% of government spending. Moscow has already deployed weapons within striking distance of Ukraine, including Iskander short-range ballistic missile systems, rocket launch systems, battle tanks, and towed artillery. A number of countries have sent military equipment to Ukraine, including Javelin anti-tank missiles from Estonia and Stinger anti-aircraft missiles from Latvia and Lithuania. Kiev is also using Turkish-made Bayraktar drones for reconnaissance. Recently, Ukraine received a second shipment of weapons from the United States as part of a $200 million defensive package approved by President Biden in December. Thanks for watching. Please comment below and tell us if you like more videos like this or not. And also, if you like this video, then don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell